Hello, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, is my voice clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, please adjust your mics and please mute yourselves. If you have got any doubts, then only unmute yourself and then ask me. Please don't interrupt with your, I mean, if you mute yourself. Yeah. So now we will start with our, we will start with our new unit, unit 6. Okay, English vocabulary. Okay, and yesterday somebody has asked me a question. What is accent and dialect? Isn't it?
Ma'am, it's first semester class kada.
Yeah, it is first semester class.
Unit 6 ma kadaledu, ma'am.
No, I am not talking about unit 6. Unit 6 is English vocabulary, isn't it?
No, ma'am. Reading short passages.
Yes, ma'am. Reading short passage anundu.
First semester, BA first semester. Introduction.
BCom.
It is not BCom class, excuse me. This is literature class. English language and literature. PL English literature. Got it?
Okay.
Maybe you have joined in another class. Is that person joined in the class that who asked me yesterday a doubt about dialect and accent? That is okay. So if my voice is audible, we will start with unit 6, English vocabulary. Is my voice audible to all
Yes,
of you?
ma'am. It's audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please concentrate on the slides. So don't compare this each and every line of your text which is given. I'm repeating. This is the gist that I'm going to give you an idea how you have to understand the concepts. Because it is not possible to give you each and every detail. If you got any doubt, you please come up with your doubts. Write down your doubts in a notebook and ask me. Definitely, I will clear them out.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah?
Wanted to disturb you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, when we have exams, ma'am, for first semester,
I don't know. Okay? They are not yet decided. You please come up with your doubts of, regarding with your subject, not with dates and all that. Okay, please.
Okay.
University will inform you soon or later. Right. So yesterday we have finished unit 4 and 5. So today it is English vocabulary. So in this particular chapter, we are going to learn about change of meaning and new word formation and borrowing words from other languages. Okay, so these are the 3 main concepts that we are going to have an idea, get a gist summary of the entire unit.
And this class is for BCom.
No, it is not for BCom. Okay.
Okay.
BA English language and literature, BA literature, English literature. So As we have discussed so far in the previous classes, English language has undergone through many changes. There were many reasons behind the formation, construction, and shaping of English literature. As the races, as just we have discussed earlier yesterday in the class, many races came and invaded, they occupied Britain. So they gave up some words, new words, and they have made some changes in the sentence formation, structure, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation at all levels. All these are the levels. So you just try to understand. There were the influences of foreign languages. So earlier, some Celtic language was there. I mean, the earlier people used to speak Celtic language. And later, all these races came. And that is Norman, Dutch, all these people, they came. Scandinavian, so German. So you have influence of all those languages. So we consider some changes. And now, what are the changes in the language that has been taken place so far? And you may apply this to any language, obviously, because there is change in each and every language, day-to-day language. Because if you go to even interior places of any rural area in India also, even though you don't expect any hi-fi or technology or network, but everybody knows what is mobile phone, even though they are illiterate. So they doesn't know English, but still they can understand few words. Some words they can understand. So it is part and parcel of our life. So such type of languages are called lingua franca, as I earlier told you. So here we are going to learn connotation and denotation. So what is connotation and what is denotation? Connotation and denotation are two principal methods of describing the meanings of words. So how you describe the meaning of a word. So for example, take connotation. Connotation refers to the wide array of positive and negative associations that most words naturally carry with them. Whereas denotation is the precise literal definition of a word that might be found in a dictionary. So for example, it is just you remember, try to understand that what is denotation is, what is the word denote to you? What is the word denote to you? That is denotation. That is denotation. For example, I will give you an example. If I say criticize, if I give you a word criticize, so obviously you will remember the meaning. You will understand, you will take the word criticize as a negative meaning. He is criticizing me. He is criticizing the movie, some new released movie. So obviously, what is that? What is that criticize? You will get it that he is talking, he is speaking about the negative aspects of that newly released movie. That is criticized immediately what we get into mind. So that is connotation. So the word criticize, if you take the word criticize, what is connotation? Talking negatively, giving negative aspects, or you describe that in a negative way. That is your mental idea, that is connotation. But what is the original meaning? What is the actual meaning of criticize? Criticize is just giving your review. If I give you a new movie and if you are asked to say something about that, what is good in it and what is bad in it, that is total criticism. Criticism or critique, a critic should give both positive and negative ideas and comments of that particular thing. That is actual meaning of criticize. So what is denotation? Denotation is, that is the actual exact meaning of literal definition of a word. What is connotation? It is just you will have an idea about that. You understand something about that word. So that is connotation. Denotations and connotations. Denotation, a word's denotation is its literal meaning, and the connotation, a word's connotation is the feelings and ideas associated with the word, that is connotation. For example, denotation versus connotation. Denotation is literal meaning, connotation is your idea, your emotive ideas about that word, particular word. For example, you say this pigeon or dove. Immediately, what you have an idea. So, what is this? It is defined as a stocky seed or fruit-eating bird with a small head, short legs, pointed tail, and a cooing voice. They are also known as to be messengers. So, if you refer any dictionary, you will get this meaning. What is this? This is the literal meaning of dove. Here, see. And what is connotation? Immediately, if you see this pigeon or dove, what do you get an idea? You will be associated with the feelings of emotions of like innocence, gentleness, tenderness, peace, love, harmony, tranquility. Right? You will get all these ideas into your mind. Maybe you are not familiar with all these ideas. At least you will get one idea. If you watch any movie, immediately you will have this idea, love. Or if you are talking about any war or something, any important issue, you're talking about peace or maybe gentleness, innocence, like this. So what are connotations? Connotations that you will get the idea, a feeling of that particular word. You imagine something, you will nurture some idea. And what is the literal meaning? That is called the denotation. Generalization and specialization. Next thing is generalization and specialization. So what are the generalization of words? Generalization is also known as extension. And what is general and what is specific? For example, if I am talking about liberty or freedom, okay. So what is this freedom that you are talking about? You may talk about women freedom, girls, and you may talk about laborers that who are working, and you may talk about child labor freedom, and you may talk about a nation's freedom and all that. But if I ask you, don't generalize the topic. Don't give all the details. What is general? It combines each and everything. That is generalization. That is extension. You cover everything. That is generalization. Specialization. Specialization is specific. Specific is which is narrow, particular, specific. That is specialization. So generalization means you have words like this. You have the theme. I mean, words have been generalized. It is also called extension. For example, you take aroma. Once upon a time in Old English, 15th and 16th centuries, aroma. If you say aroma, people used to have the idea of spices. Aroma is the smell of spices. And but today it is only used as fragrance. Okay, so fragrance, sweet, perfume, scent. That is fragrance. For example, scent also. If you say scent, what do you feel scent immediately? Perfume. Today, if I say scent, you think of perfume, right? Body spray. But once upon a time, scent is both bad smell and good smell. And if you say odor, body odor, it is a negative. I mean, if a body is, if it is a bad smell, it is odor. And stinking, if you say garbage can stinks, it stinks. So immediately you will get the idea that it is bad smell. But once upon a time, stink that it is a smell, that's it. It has no adjective, bad or good. So such type of words are there. Aroma, Once upon a time, seasoning of spices, but now it is generalized as fragrance. That means you take anything, need not be a smell of spices. Aroma is a smell of anything, which is good in the sense. Xeroxing instead of photocopying. You know Xerox copy. If you go and if you go to any shop, you take in India, you take anything, any shop, you go and what is that? Xerox shop or Xerox. So actually, Xerox is a company. Xerox was a company, and it was generalized as instead of photocopying. That means if you have to take the photocopy of a particular paper, you have to, I mean, an English teacher, they will never ask you go on Xerox it. It is not. Xerox was a company who will do photocopies, who will take photocopies. That is a machine actually, a machine manufacturing company. But photocopying is actually, it's a verb and noun both. So this is photocopying is the word that you have to use if you have to take the same copy of photocopy of a particular paper. But now what has been throughout the world, what do you call it? Xeroxing. So it is a generalization. Google. So what do you say if I ask you something to search the meaning? You will say, I Googled it. Google chesam madam. So what do you mean by that? Google. Instead of search, you are saying it is Google. I Googled it. I Googled it. So it has been universalized. It has been generalized throughout the world. But actually Google was a search engine. There were many search engines like Google. But instead of search, Google became the word. It replaced the word. So people are generalizing. So this is, I mean, we are changing the meanings. We are extending the meanings. We are adding meanings to one specific word. That is generalization and specialization. That means you are narrowing. That means you are restricting. You are cutting them down. What is the example? It is meat. So today, if you go and if you say, you go and ask any, that is, I mean, almost throughout the world, meat means it is a flesh of an animal. Either it can be anything. You say it is a meat. Pork is a meat, beef is a meat, anything, chicken, anything that is a meat. But it is a flesh of an animal, non-vegetarian particularly. But here, but what was the earlier meaning in the old usage? Any food item. If you take rice, that is also meat. If you take anything vegetables, that is also meat. But today, meat is only referred as animal flesh. And a girl. And we cannot believe this also. Girl means any change, any child. Girl child means any child, both boys and girls. But now only girl child is female. Girl means only girl child is today's. Girl means female. So another aspect is transfer of meaning. So words they change meaning. So earlier was one word, and now the meaning completely changes. So that is a metaphorical transfers are very common. Obviously, if you take that word to another place and they use that word in a different way. So all these words are very, very common. So now here, food. Food. What do you say? Food. We know our food. We have food. Animals have food. Earlier, lowermost of an animal. But now it is extended as in foot of the hill and foot of the tree. Foot of the hill. That means the beginning part of a hill, tree. And again, foot is also used as a measuring unit also. So glad. Glad means happy. What do we say? Glad is very happy now. Only you know that meaning. But we know that meaning. But earlier, glad means smooth. Glad, glide, all these words, which means a smooth surface, a smoother surface, or which is something goes smoothly, and here there is nothing. That is glad. So change of meaning is often due to associated with the ideas. For example, in Latin, penna, the word penna means feather. You know feather, bird's feather. So that is, so if you remember things earlier, people used to write with feathers. So they use feathers for the purpose of writing. They used to dip that feather in the ink, and then they used to write. So feathers were used to write. Later, instrument was that was invented. That is pen, the what we call pen today. So pen means write. Pen. What do you call pen? It is an instrument of writing. So actually, this word penna in Latin means actually feather. But now you are calling instrument as pen. But this pen is not an feather, but still we are using it, right? So that feather has become a pen. And today, what is pen throughout the world? Humanity, pen is an instrument of writing. But actually, what was the original meaning? That was a feather. So it is a transfer of meaning. Words, there are some words. So vocabulary, it will continuously will be changing their meaning in the course of time. That is transfer of meaning. And another feature of vocabulary is pejoration and amelioration. Pejoration and amelioration. So amelioration is a word's meaning becomes better over time. Its opposite is pejoration. That is when a word takes on a word's meaning over time. So suppose if you take a word, if that word basically now, and if it has got a negative meaning, and throughout the time, I mean in the course of time, if it becomes a good meaning, if that word attains a good meaning, that is called amelioration. And if it gets a negative meaning, negative connotation, that means amelioration. So amelioration examples, wicked, the word wicked. So what was the wicked actually? A pointy-nosed green witch. That was a witch. For example, you see all this description in the kids' stories. There was a witch. There was a wicked witch. What do you remember? Wicked witch? That means very ugly, grotesque structure. Okay, it is very ugly, which has a pointed nose. The description of a witch. But if you see, but today, what is witch now? It is extremely complimentary. Yeah, he's wicked. He's wicked. So what is this wicked? It is, the meaning has been changed. It is a good compliment now. So this is an example of amelioration. And another example, nice. So actually nice originally meant clumsy, weak, stupid. But today we cannot even imagine nice could be so ugly. Nice means, what was the meaning of nice originally? It was clumsy, weak, or stupid. In the 14th century, that was the meaning. Its meaning began to morph into timid or dainty in the 14th century and in the 1830s. And 1830s means 19th century. In the 14th century, nice means weak, clumsy, stupid, which is not nice at all. Right? Nice means not nice in 14th century. In 19th century, the word changed into timid. Timid, you know, timid, not brave. Timid is not brave, no bravery. Dainty, that means very stupidity, very dull, and what is this? There is no adventurous spirit at all. But it took now in modern meaning, it is a kind. What is nice? It is kind, thoughtful. It's nice. It's good. It's kind. It's thoughtful. See, entirely the meaning has been shifted over the period of time. Pejoration. Pejoration which takes negative meaning. Lewd. This is a word, lewd. Earlier means lay, not clergy. Later, ignorant, but now obscene. So this word lewd, earlier Old English meaning was lay. A layman. He's a layman. He doesn't know anything. Not clergy. Earlier, people, clergy people. What do you mean by clergy people? So where the religious works takes place. The people who are associated with the work which is related to religion is called clergymen. Clergymen, laymen. The people who knows Bible or any religious thing, the people are called clergymen. And who doesn't know that knowledge? They are laymen. Later, that has become ignorant. That has become, oh, he is a doctor. He's a doctor, he knows how to operate. If you say like that. No, he's not a doctor. He's a layman. That means he doesn't know. He doesn't fit to that profession. He's layman. He doesn't belong to the group of doctors or maybe engineers or maybe who has no knowledge of that thing. That is ignorant. And later, but now it is obscene. Obscene, which is not good. Obscene is, in Telugu you say, asleela. So it is not lawful or rightful or it is not formal. That is obscene. So, pejoration, the word has taken a negative meaning. Censure, another example, censure. It was just an opinion earlier. In the past, it was just an opinion. But now, it is completely bad opinion. So, if you are giving your censure means you are giving your opinion in a negative way. That is censure. So, both amelioration and pejoration. Pejoration, which changed into a negative meaning. Amelioration is the words which changes into a positive meaning. Next concept is taboos and euphemism. So what are the taboos and what are the euphemism? Let us see. Taboo. Taboo is a Polynesian word first encountered by Captain Cook, meaning literally marked off. What is this marked off? You say the traffic signal, right? So if you see the symbol, what do you say? It is prohibited. What is the symbol? Prohibited. This is not allowed. It means it is prohibited, the symbol. So this is a taboo. There are many taboos. Professional taboos, personal taboos, social taboos, just like. And taboos which are related to religion, taboos which are related to culture, something like. There are taboos, which is prohibited. So taboo is the prohibition of an action based on the belief that such behavior is either too sacred and consecrated or too dangerous and accursed for ordinary individuals to undertake. For example, touching the priest. There are some section of people who are not supposed to enter into the temple. So it is a social taboo. Untouchables. Untouchability is a social taboo. But now that has been removed. Once upon a time, that was a taboo. And you are not supposed to touch the priest. That is also a taboo. So something like it. All these are. So a taboo is a social or cultural prohibition. Disregarding taboo is generally considered a deviant act by society. If you don't follow, I mean, if you do not follow that rules, so you will be considered as a social evil, or you are a deviant, or you are the crosser, trespasser. So taboo is putting off a person or thing under temporary or permanent prohibition or interdict, especially as a social custom, usually a social custom. For example, intercaste marriages, it's a social taboo. That means you're not supposed to marry between the outside the caste. And euphemism. So this euphemism is something, it is a polite word or phrase used in place of one that may be too direct, unpleasant, or embarrassing. For example, if you say, he died yesterday. He died yesterday. Okay, so you cannot use the word die. It is a taboo. It is a taboo. And you turn, suppose you are not using the word death or die, or maybe which is unpleasant to speak directly onto your face. Then you use another way. another word, another phrase. That is euphemism. In a polite manner, in a polite manner, in a simplified manner, in a non-hurting way. You don't want to hurt that person. For example, you are removed from the job. You are fired. You are fired. So that person may offend or feel or something. So, excuse me, who's that? Okay. And so you will be saying that, for example, if you have to say death, you can use pass away. Let go is fired. We are letting you go. We are letting you go to your desired place. That means you can leave the job. That is fired rather than fired. Pre-owned, pre-loved. That is used. Okay. Pre-owned cars. Did you see? You don't say that is used cars. We sell used cars. No company will have a board like that, hoarding like that. But they say pre-owned cars. And pregnancy termination instead of abortion. She aborted a child. It isn't. Her pregnancy was terminated. On the streets instead of homeless. She's homeless. It is very embarrassing to say. So it is the word is on the street. Differently abled. You say differently able instead of handicapped or disabled. Okay, suppose a person is lame, the person is a person who doesn't have limbs. You cannot say handicapped quota. It is very embarrassing way. Okay, so what do you see? You see any application, any job application or anything, immediately you say these days if you go to any notification, differently abled persons, even the chairs and the reservation also in the trains and the buses, wherever you go, there is a separate section, differently abled. So fell off the back of a truck instead of stolen. Okay, so you are a thief and you stole that. Instead of that, you can use this. So ignorant to mentally challenged. Okay, all these words which you use in a polite way, you don't want in an not in a unpleasant way. You want to say that in a pleasant way, a respectable way. Then those words are called euphemism. Taboo and euphemism. Common use of euphemisms. For example, I'm giving examples. Original sentence, Uncle Keith died last year. So it would be better to say, Uncle Keith passed away last year. Passed away. Died, passed away. I have to urinate. It is very embarrassing. So then you have to say, I have to spend a penny. That means you have, penny is money. Okay, I have to spend a penny. That is, I have to spend money. Penny is the little meager amount that you have to pay for the washrooms or restrooms or toilets. Even using the word toilet and loo, toilet instead of toilet, Westerns use loo, which is a French word, and restroom and washroom. Earlier they used to say washroom, but even today it has become restrooms also. You can observe in any malls and all that. Obviously, in the malls, what do you observe? It is not washrooms and toilets, it is a restrooms. So just like that, it is a euphemism. You are fired, you are sacked. And instead of that, you can say, we're going to let you go. We're going to let you go, fired. You are an idiot. You have an interesting point of view. So it is a funny, satirical way. Instead of saying that your ideas are different and something in an, very distinguished, in a way, distinguishable way, you can say this is, you have different point of view. Go away. So I really need a bit of peace and quiet. So you are disturbed. You want some privacy. If somebody is disturbing, you cannot say, please go away. But you can say, I really need a bit of peace and quiet. New word formation. New word formation. So how new words are formed? So root creations. So there are three ways, and the first one is root creation. It is considered the rarest form of word formation in English. It is the rarest form. It involves the invention of an entirely new root morpheme. So earlier, entirely new root morpheme means suppose there is earlier yesterday we used some words. For example, just now today we have discussed about penna. Okay, that is a feather, Latin word. And now we are using pen. So penna, which is meaning feather, but now that pen is using for pen, instrument for write. So the word is not new. The morpheme, that is the basic structure of any language, that is morpheme, sound unit, basic structure, the basic unit. Morpheme is a basic unit, sound unit, or any word unit. So that has been taken from another language. It is not new. We are not creating new, isn't it? But if you create a new word, this is also called coining. He coined the term. For example, computer. It is a new word. Computer. It is a new word. Coining a new word. So, just like examples, brand names may originate new roots, as in Xerox, Harley. Xerox is nothing to do with the photocopy. But this is a coining of new word. Today, Xerox is photocopy. Like that. Harley Davidson, Levi's, McDonald's. So these are commonization as well as the root words. So new brand names, anything you invent something that come under coining of a term. Initialism in brand and company names, as in HP and IBM.
Ma'am, I think you are stuck. Your voice is not coming, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
I think she got disconnected.
Some network issues, I think.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Are you able to listen to me?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we're able to listen.
Okay, thank you. Sorry,
Yes, ma'am.
there was a power cut. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. No problem.
Yeah. Right. We will continue. Hello? Is it audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
audible.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And visible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, yes. So, coining of new terms. This is root creation. So, root creations include blends like multiplex, okay, and cineplex, and foreign borrowings. Example, karaoke. You know what is a karaoke today? These days, school kids and college kids, or they're using these karaoke's. It's a mix of no, the music will be there and the lyrics will be there. So if you want to sing a song, you can borrow music and as well as that lyrics, and you can give your voice over to that already created platform. This is karaoke, even though it is not English word that has been used. So these are called root creations. So, and finally you take animal sounds just like mew, cuckoo, bow wow. So all these are that imitate animal sounds are common root creations. They're not borrowing from, it is just like same sounds that you are using. That is also a root creation. And second aspect is creating words. creating words, the second way is echoic words. That means use what you use the word, what you listen, what you hear. And imitative, they are imitative, like animal sounds, meow, cat, moo, bow, room, a bike sound. Okay, so these are echoic words. What you listen, what you hear, and you use the same word. It is also creating word. It is a process of one of the process of creating words. And echoic words, words that imitate a sound. Imitative, symbolic, like it's bang, bump, can alliterate, splash, splosh, splash. Word, there is a water drop, the splash of water. Okay, and thuk, thuk sounds, bang, bang, dum, dum, cuckoo. So all these are imitation sounds. That means what you listen, what you hear, okay, and you use the word same. And the third way is ejaculations. Ejaculations. So what is this? Ejaculation is represent the instinctive vocal response. Just like haha. Okay, if you are laughing, then it is ha ha, hee, hoo hoo. Okay, for example, if you say ouch. So these are also some ejaculation words, expressions with a human voice. What we are pronouncing, not exactly words but sounds. That is also a new words. Please, one of you are having disturbed mic. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourselves. Rikita, please. And now, compounding words. What is the other type? Compounding. Compounding is nothing but mixing of two words. If you mix two words, you'll get a new word. New words are also created through the common process of compounding, mixing up. That is combining two or more words together to form a new complex word. Here are some examples of compounding words. Post plus card, postcard. Post plus office, post office. Book plus case, bookcase. Black plus bird, blackbird. We may also combine more than two words. Example, mother-in-law. It is a compounding word. We all use this, mother-in-law. You are adding in-law to mother. Sergeant at arms, sergeant at arms. Jack in the box. So all these are compounding words. It's nothing very simple. You combine, you mix two words to create a new word. And the second one, that is affixation. Affix is nothing but you fix. You fix. Affixes are two types, prefix, suffix. Prefix. Prefix means prior, means before. The process of making new words by adding affixes to bases. Affixes plus bases are new words. Affixes are prefix plus suffix. So what are affixes? Prefix, suffix. Suffix are, if you take a root, if you take a word and you are adding last part, I mean adding suffix to last thing, that is called suffix. If pre means prior, prephoned. For example, if you say your exams are prephoned. What do you mean by prephoned? For example, you have exams in March. If I say your exams are prephoned, that means you are going to have exams in February itself. Okay, that is the example. So what is this prefix? Prior, before to the root word. Suffix is after to the later part of the root. So prefixes change meaning. Suffixes change part of speech. Remember this. Take a snapshot of this. Already it is given in your book also. Good. Prefixes. Prefixes change meaning. If you add some prefix, it will change meaning. And if you add some suffix, it change some part of speech. That is, it will change, what do you say? If it is a noun, if you add a suffix, then it will become a verb or adjective. That is a change of meaning. So derivational. So what are these affixes? Derivational. The derivational is this is a process. Suffixation and prefixation. Derivation is a kind of word formation when a new word is formed by adding a derivational morpheme, usually suffix or prefix, to the root. Suffixation is a kind of word formation when a new word is formed by adding a suffix to the root. Prefixation is when a new word is formed by adding a prefix to the root. I am not giving examples. For example, you say, what do you say? Combination, combine. A word is there, combine, combine. You are adding tion. It will become a combination. Combine, combination. So combine is a verb. Combination is a noun. Combination, combine, combination. Just like that. If it changes the category of a word, it is a suffix. And if you are using, for example, you say happy, happy, unhappy, un. You say you are using unhappy. That means happy, happy. Unhappy, which is sad. So if you are if you are adding prefix, it changes the meaning. If you are adding the suffix, it changes the category of the word. Noun into verb, verb into noun, or verb into adjective, adverb into adjective, something like. And if it is prefix, it will change the meaning. And clipping. So clipping is the process of cutting off the beginning or the end of a word or both, leaving a part to standard of the whole. The result of this process is called clipped words. So the previous one is combination. The previous is we are combining the words. We are adding words. That is affixation. Remember, affixation and clipping are entirely two different things. Clipping is you are cutting the words, and affixation is you are adding. That is adding. This is subtraction. So clipping is nothing but you are removing. You are deleting. So for example, you see professor. This is prof. Gym, gymnasium. Add. You say advertisement. Bike, bicycle. Math, mathematics. All these are the words. That means you are removing the later part, the second half of the word or the first half of the word. Phone, telephone. Phone, telephone. You say only telephone. For example, telephone, maybe we may consider that it is a landline only. And if you say phone, it can be any mobile or landline or anything. Right? So this is, excuse me, who is that? Who is making that much disturbance? Please mute all of you. And second one is, yeah, foreclipping, and it is, you can say back clipped and foreclipped. For example, if it is example, varsity, university, and pike, turnpike, shoot, parachute, burger, hamburger. We say only burger, but the native people may use hamburger. Both are different, both are same, but only burger, hamburger, gator, alligator. Meaning is same, but we are using only forms. And back clipped words are public house, pub. And what is pub? You know, the youngsters usually, it's not definitely meant for youngsters. Any people go, they have some fun entertainment time, dancing and music and all that. That is pub. Actually, what is the form? Public house. That is called pub. Chimpanzee, chimps, chimp, chimpanzee, chimp. Piano forte. We don't know the complete name, but we use only piano. These are back clipped words. And next, Word blend. This is another process. So definition and examples. What are word blends? A word blend or portmanteau is a new word created by combining two separate words with different meanings. For example, documentary plus drama. And you use a new it may give an entire thing, different thing, that is docudrama. Stay plus vacation, staycation. Breakfast plus lunch, brunch. Breakfast, the food you take in the morning. Lunch, the food you take your meal in the afternoon. But if it is brunch, you may take that brunch at 10:30 or 11. That is called brunch. It is neither breakfast nor your lunch. That is brunch. This is word blend. Friend plus enemy. Friend, enemy. Frenemy. Emotion plus icon. Emotion. And situation plus comedy. Sitcom. These are the new words. Conversion. Another process is a conversion. So this conversion also known as a category change. Just like a word into, see, noun into verb, verb into noun. See, category change and functional shift. This is also called functional shift. It is a change in the function of a word. For example, a noun comes to be used as a verb. Bottle. We bottled the home brew last night. We bottled. That means you pour some brew in that bottle. That is bottled. Here, bottle is a noun. It became here a verb. Butter. Have you buttered the toast? Butter is a noun. Butter is a noun. And here, you are using that term as a verb. Have you buttered? That means have you applied? All of you mute yourselves, please. Have you buttered the toast? That means have you applied butter to the toast? So noun has become verb here. And noun into verb. Dust. Did you dust? Or you can say dusting. Dusting over, finished? Glue. I will have to glue it together. Or glued also. Referee, referred. Something like here. A noun into verb, and here verb into noun. Cheat, to cheat. It is a verb. He's a cheat. The cheat. It is a noun. You can say he's a cheater. This is also a noun. They have some doubts. To doubt. To doubt is to have suspicion on one person. Verb. They have some doubts. Here, doubts have categorized into, changed into, converted into noun. That is called conversion. Okay. And here we have loan words. That means, what is that? Actually, some words which you take from one language, borrowed from one language to another. For example, you say, you go to any mall and you say pajamas. You will find that the nightwear, or the lingerie wear, you have all these lingerie, all that. So pajamas. What do you mean by the pajamas there? Actually, the pajamas are not English word. The root was taken from Sanskrit. So just like there are many loan words, and you say English has gone through many periods of cultural contacts with many other contacts, some near and some very far. Old English up to 1180. These are English has taken words from Celtic, Latin, Greek, and Anglo-Saxon. That is Germanic. Middle English. Later, from 1100 to 1500, English has taken words from Scandinavian and French. And in 1500 to 1650, English has taken, that period is called early modern English. And English has taken loaned, borrowed words from French, Latin, and Greek. And present day English, that is 1650 to present day, and the words are taken from European language, Spanish, Italian, and world languages like Asian and American languages. And some common word roots. For example, these are not all the words I have given just to understand. You see this aqua, water, Bible, book, biblio. For example, if you say bibliography, the list of books. Biblio means book. And chrono means time, chronological order. What do you immediately you will refer chronological order is time. Geo means earth, National Geographic Channel, geography, study of earth. Geo is earth. Photo, light, photosynthesis, photocopy, Xerox. What is that? With the help of light, you are taking it, you are copying a paper. Photocopy. Photo means light. Photo is not English. This has been borrowed from Greek. All these are aqua, Bible, biblio, chrono, geo, photo. That is Greek roots. And here some Latin roots. Okay, audi, audible, here, audible, audio, video, like they are Latin. And circle, round. Circle means round. Circle is a Latin word. Jure, that is a law. You say jurisdiction, right? We also use, that is law. Law in English, law is an English word. Jure is a Latin word. Manu, manually. You say manual. No, you have to do it manually, not with a computer or something. That is manual. Manual is with a hand. Manual is with hand. Manu. And here pack, that is piece. Okay. So these are some of the examples of Greek and Latin words which influenced English language. And see, French, for example, cafe, coffee day, some cafe. This is a French word. We consider it as English now. Greek, comedy. Comedy is a Greek word. Italian, opera. You know, you have that opera, right, in the software. That is Italian word. Portuguese, banana. So platinum, it is another word. And banana. Today we think banana itself is English, but that is a root from Portuguese. Japanese, karaoke. It is a Japanese word. Says, this is robot. Robot is a says word. And Hindi, for example, shampoo. And examples of loan words in the English language include cafe from French, which means coffee, bazaar from Persian, bazar, which means market, and kindergarten from German kindergarten, which literally means children's garden. But today we say kindergarten, KG. It is nothing but KG, LKG. We say LKG, UKG. LKG, lower kindergarten, UKG, upper kindergarten. And some examples include abbreviation, allusion, anachronism, democratic, dexterity, enthusiasm, imaginary, juvenile, pernicious, sophisticated. Many of these words were borrowed directly from Latin, both in its classical and medieval forms. Okay, so this is the main gist of your lesson. So you have to go through that and you have to study it. In case if you have any doubts, okay. So actually this time is up, but still I think we can use 1 or 2 minutes, just only 1 or 2 minutes. Please come up with your doubts if you have any doubts.
Ma'am, will you please explain affixation once more?
Which one?
Affix and prefix. One more time. Will you explain it?
Affix and prefix.
Yes.
Okay. So affix and prefix means, suppose you take any word. Okay. What is what did I tell you that affix and prefix? What is the affix? What is affix? I told you the meaning.
Affix means adding some words.
Yes, exactly. Right? Affixation means adding some words. For example, if I say cover, okay, cover. If you say flexi cover, you are adding flexi as a prefix. Pre means initially, first. That is affix. For example, if I say looking, L-O-O-K-I-N-G, looking. Okay. So look is a root word. Look is a root word. And you are adding ing. Ing is as a suffix. That means the later part of a root. That is a suffix. Look, looking. You are adding something to the root word. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
in simple words, can you explain connotation and denotation?
Connotation and denotation is something. Connotation is what you feel about the word, Amma. What you understand, what is your immediate idea of understanding that word. That is connotation. What is denotation? Denotation is denotes. Denotes. That means a direct, literal meaning of that word. That is denotation.
Ma'am, you can explain bending words.
Blending words is nothing but combining words. Combining two words. That is blending words. If you combine, blend means mix. Blend means mix. If you combine two different words, that is blending words.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yes, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next week we are going to.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Have a pleasant
Thank you,
weekend.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
And next week we are going to have. We are going
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
have.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a nice class of your presentation. Thank you. We are very happy.
Thank you very much.